Shouted time and time again, it's Lazarbeam!
Hey.
Yeah, no introduction needed. Hey kids, what do you think? Lazarbeam down here, make a bit of noise for the man. You just got to hold just for a moment. You're pretty relaxed down here, my man.
Yeah, living the dream, watching Fresh fail completely. It's pretty funny. Imagine losing to Muzok, Fresh. Imagine losing to Muzok.
That didn't take long.
Nah, it's awful. He's playing terrible.
Nicely done. So you were asked to play, but I mean it's a tough field, I guess, right?
Yeah, I thought I'd spare everyone else the challenge. You know, obviously I'm the best player in the world, so I thought I would step out of these solos, let everyone else have fun.
Yesterday you were with Dave Hughes and co.
Yeah.
It didn't go so well though, right?
No, we had a giant like conga line, and then someone saw some easy points and shot us. Yes, it was heartbreaking. Yeah, so I would appreciate some booze.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
Well, basically, it was like easily the most entertaining thing of the whole PROAM, and it was ruined horribly.
But you're not holding on to it.
No, I definitely didn't cry in my hotel room last night about it at all, in any way.
Tell us about your career. I'm super interested. There's kids up here who want to emulate you. They love you. Where did it start? How did it come about?
I dropped out of high school at 15, and it was all uphill from there, kids. So leave school early. Don't listen to your parents. Education is wrong.
All right, we might we might throw back. I mean, we know you're half kidding. Man, enjoy your time. Thanks for your time, all right?
Easy, appreciate it, dude.
Good stuff. Lazarbeam, guys.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Adrian. Look, your interview with Lazarbeam went better than my interview with Lazarbeam this time last year, so we'll see how we go. But look, he's super popular at the rate we're going.
An opportunity for them to play their game, but Game 4, Game 5, keep an eye out for that. It looks like the battle bus is set and ready. Players are diving out and getting ready for game number 4 here. Australian Open, are you ready? For Mr. Fresh Asian, give it up for him if you want him to have some energy coming into this one. He will need it. He is one of a few players I'm looking to step up here in the second half alongside Benji Fishy, Epic Whale, and Zate. Participated in the solos tournament at the Fortnite World Cup, was one of our 11 Australia-New Zealand qualifiers, so congrats to him on that great achievement, but he wasn't happy with his placement. He wanted more. Mitch Robinson, speaking of which, is going to tag up Jordan quite significantly. So Mitch Robinson, professional AFL football player with some good edits coming through as well. He switched from controller to keyboard and mouse months ago, has been grinding the game, and right now has Jordan on his back foot.
Unbelievable. I talked to Mitch a little bit yesterday. He said that he's been putting in the time, he's been putting in the work, and it definitely shows. To switch from controller to keyboard and mouse is something so difficult to do, but it looks as though he's gotten it down so far. His health is a little bit low. He needs to mini up, which he is going to do right now, and it looks like Jordan has kind of taken the high ground now. He used the time that Mitch didn't know where he was to take the high ground, and now is going to go on the offense.
Yeah, gets a good tag. Even fight right now. Mitch is really holding his own against these professional Fortnite players. I've been so impressed, but unfortunate for him, he's going to get tagged up. If you're a fan of Australian rules football, you're cheering for Mitch Robinson right now, as Jordan is going to get taken out by Mitch Robinson.
Wow!
Can you believe it?
Wow, kudos to Mitch for playing that perfectly, but unfortunately he is going to take some tags from another player in Islink. He did come in for the third party and he ends up taking out Mitch Robinson. How unfortunate. Link waited for the perfect moment. He knew that Jordan had gone down, so he used that moment to come in and clean up, and clean up he did.
Cypher's still editing, even though Cat's pushed up with an RPG. Now he's finally done. Big fight ensuing. Cat's gonna catch Cypher off guard with a great shotgun shot now. You can't edit anymore, Cypher. Cat's gonna get you. Wow, good job by Cat.
Unfortunately did not stand a chance there at all. Cat heard all of those edits, knew that he was trying to meme, and just really taught him a lesson there. Here we have Forbes, very low HP going up against Zora, but he does get pinched. We have another player there, Q-Jack. He's actually going to now disengage. Zora says, you know what, that shows.
Do you remember his name? Because, well, he was right behind Booga. Second place at the Fortnite World Cup Solos competition. $1.8 million that the 24-year-old took home from California. Big shout out to Psalm as he's looking to bounce back here in the second half, as well as Ghost Safaruni.
Yeah, and here we see Q-Jack making the rotation, taking some shots on Zora. He is going to get 220 shots And Zora is actually super hurt now. He got taken down by a bunch of grenades, only has about 25 health left. Q-Jack knows it, so he's going to actually be pushing up to see if he can finish. Zora was able to get some floppers off, and now a mini, so it is a pretty even fight at this point. Follow, what do you think is going to happen here?
Yeah, I gotta say, Q-Jack's playing with such aggression right now. Zora lower, again, same thing, managing resources, 125, but in this situation, a sniper's gonna come through from cross map and actually knock Q-Jack off his back foot. He's gonna have to heal up. Zora probably recognizes that he got tagged because he heard the sound effect come through, and now it's actually Slaya, former member of Chiefs, currently a free agent, looking to make a name for himself, who has an opportunity to continue third-partying with a sniper.
Yeah, again, we have another player coming in. Scarlet takes some tags. Unfortunately, isn't going to be able to figure out where those came from, but he is going to keep pushing forward because the zone is at his back. They are on the slow side, so they have a little bit of time. They're able to outrun it. Zora, you can see in the storm, running towards all of these other players. This is going to be absolute pandemonium when these players meet up.
I don't even know what pandemonium means. No, I'm just kidding. Great vocabulary being shown by Pookie here. I'm just kidding. Zora, on board of Zora right now. Currently up against Scarlet and many others. Keep in mind, anyone you see with CR as a team tag is actually from our Japanese region. You saw Ruri take home a game win earlier. Zora, though, from Australia, trying to prove they are on top here in this Southern Hemisphere.
And Zora doesn't have any mats left. That's why he's kind of pop back and forth there. He's going to try and take his opponent down. Scarlet is reinforcing everything, so he has full control of this and actually ends up getting tagged. Zora gets massive tags on Scarlet and ends up taking him out. No mats, no problem. I have weapons and I'm going to use them, he says. Slaya now recognizing that Zora may be low, so he is going to push up on him with full health and so many resources. He can make a huge play here if he plays this properly.
No mats, no problem indeed. Zora making it look like it's Chapter 1, Season 2 with pure rifle play. Played that with confidence, and I love that decision because he needed...
Where the brunt of these points are going to come from is the placement points. For those of you watching at home that haven't seen the format yet, this is the standard solo Cash Cup format. So Victory Royale is getting you 10 points. That's what you want. That's what can make a huge difference in the end.
Yep, you're spot on. One thing that's very interesting about what we just saw, eliminations and damage dealt stats, it's all Australia, New Zealand all day.
Westy taking some shots onto Som, and unfortunately Worthy had an open wall. The RPG rocket came in, takes him down to only 100 health, and now he's gonna have to fight for his life, but it isn't enough. He is taken out by Epic Whale. Epic Whale also gets an elimination on Bola as well at the exact same time, so that's 2 eliminations for Epic Whale in a very short period of time.
Epic Whale stepping up in a big way. Worthy there. It was like a truck coming through the front door of your house. He takes an RPG to the side, and that cost him. Now, Epic Whale sitting with 2 eliminations. Another player that so many in the Fortnite community, I know Sundown, Balla, so many watching at home and supporting, predicted these two to do great. Epic Whale and Benji Fishy. He's stepping up here. We'll see if he can win this game. He needs a victory royale here in addition to some more eliminations.
Yeah, and Westy, again, just using those edits. He's got his sniper rifle out, so we know for a fact that he's going to try to get at least some damage on his opponents, if not an elimination. We can see the next zone has popped up on screen, and it is going to be a southwest zone. So all of those players that were up on that high ground and all of those players that were on the side of the mountain are now going to have to come down. We see Westy here trying to make the rotation early, and he is having to use a lot of his materials. He still has a bunch left, but he is going to have to be careful with how he utilizes those to rotate. I think an early rotation here is going to be key for a lot of these players.
Indeed. We just saw Link, the World Cup qualifier from Australia, get taken out here. I know we saw Som earlier, I was going to point out, he was getting so focused. One thing in competitive Fortnite, if you start getting kind of laser beamed or focused by one person, 2 or 3 more jump on top of that. It's the worst position to be in, so I have to assume Som got taken out here as the runner-up at the World Cup. Meanwhile, Esh is still in a very nice little cheeky closet here. It's almost like he's in the attic.
Yeah, excellent angles that he's utilized here. Unfortunately for him, he isn't actually in the zone, so he is going to have to make a run for it. He's got 55 seconds to do so, so he is able to get some tags on people that are a little bit further out of zone than he is, totally utilizing his position to hopefully get some siphon back so that he can go into the final circles with a little bit more health.
One thing he's doing, notice how he's using right-hand advantage. So because Fortnite's a third-person game, the camera is over your left shoulder. You have a right-hand advantage. When you're playing on your right side, you can see a little bit more there, get a little bit more angle. Good job by Esh is doing that right there. Meanwhile, on board of the 100 Thieves elevator, what I called out, was in a pretty good position. And that stays true. Currently, center circle, I believe, in a solid spot, close to that zone, sitting with lots of heals. Look at that, 6 small potions, which give him 25 shield each, 2 big potions, which give him 50 shield each, gold RPG, gold SMG, in a great position to close this one out. Zate, another player who we are looking to step up here, does it as well.
And Zate, look at him again, taking high ground. He is loving the high ground today. We've seen him on it so many times. RPGs are now coming out. J-O-Mock, you can see down there at the bottom left-hand side of our screen, is going to medkit even for just a little bit more health because he's not going to have the time to get that off. It's going to take 10 seconds. Yep. You see Bob here scaling up, ascending the side of this built mountain. Zate, unfortunately, is going to have to scale back a little bit to his reinforced structure because he had Think taking some shots on him, trying to shoot him down.
Yep, so would you look at this? We got Zate, Cease, Elevate of 100 Thieves, Benji Fishy still alive. So many huge names right now. Ghost Trapped, and Ghost Saf alive as well. It's gonna come down to the wire. Zate in a good position here. He loves high ground. He's one of those old school Fortnite players that's always so consistent, always plays for high ground. We talked about it earlier with Aussie Antics. High ground isn't as effective as it was in seasons 5 and 6. And this is exactly why. You don't have as much mobility for the opportunity to get out of fights. Meanwhile, Radius is trapping right behind him. He gets tagged up, though, so Zate, if you realize Zate can get a kill. Epic Will takes out one on Jinx. It's all coming down to the wire here. A lot of fights. Cloud9 Blackouts in a tough spot. Zate is going to get tagged up as well.
Oh my goodness, this is complete mayhem going into these final zones. Zate trying to scale down now. He realizes that he doesn't have very many materials, so being up on high ground is getting riskier and riskier for him at this point. Think is taking a ton of damage. He's gonna have to pull something through, takes more fall damage, catches himself, and is able to get off 2 floppers and a mini before he has to start moving again. Think, you've got one more flopper. Come on, bud. This is ticking by 10. You gotta get going.
He's doing that on purpose, because when you have those floppers, you can heal almost instantly. You can sit in the storm and retake high ground, exactly what Antics and I talked about earlier. Mr. Fresh Asian did it last game, but now he's so weak because he took so long to do it, Pookie, that it might be looking bleak for him.
Yeah, he had to hurry up. Yeah. Getting off that extra mini was definitely not worth the 80 damage in health he ended up taking. We've got Westy on high ground, tarping out, reinforcing with the cones, trying to get over to that mountain, be the first player there, catches himself on the build, turns around so that he can just start shooting at players that are coming into zone and preoccupied with each other.
And we've seen some big names in the elimination feed. Cease does it again. Saf did it earlier, but Cease is going to get eliminated, gets 11th place in this one. So with 10 players left, we are down to our top 10. A lot of big names in this one. Jolin representing AUNZ gets taken out by Hype, also from the region. Brezzo, controller player, does it as well. Pre-Depression, I know he has some fans in the crowd I met earlier, takes out one.
This is Westy's game to lose at this point. He has the ultimate advantage. He also has 6 floppers and a crazy amount of traps in his inventory. You can hear the crowd. They are getting hyped up. Speaking of hype, Westy raining down shots on Hype himself. We have 5 players left. They have reached the next threshold of 7 points, but they want that 10. The RPGs are flying. Elevate only has 18 health, down to 65 shield, now 7. He is going to have to make something happen. Unfortunately, Hype takes him out. He isn't going to be able to follow up with anything on that. Hype going back in the storm to grab that RPG, swaps it out, and now is going to be going up against the likes of Westy.
Westy's gonna take out Benji Fishy. That's no easy task, and it all comes down to this. 3 players remain. It's Westy, it's Hype, and one other. I think it might be Saf. Yes, it is. Saf representing America, coming from California against the 2 Australians. He's gonna get a good shot and right-hand advantage. Saf does it. We have a 1 versus 1. Saf versus Westy. Look how many floppers Westy has. He just needs to play this slow, play the longevity, and try to heal up when needed. Hold high ground, and he could win this one.
He could definitely turn this into a heal-off for sure. Saf does not have any white heals in his inventory at all, only the minis at his disposal. You can see Saf trying to get better positioning. He is trying to go through, but he's taking a ton of damage. Is this going to be enough? No! Unfortunately for Saf, Westy stayed in the circle, was able to clutch that up. 5 eliminations, 18 points in total for Westy.
What a huge game from the Australian here. Westy versus Saf. And Westy plays it exactly how we said he should and how he needed to.
After match number 4, we're about 26 was the top score before. Up on top, we have changed things around entirely.
Brezzo
Wow.
I did not expect that, especially after a big game there from Westy and others. Brezzo comes out on top. I believe a controller player currently in first place over Nyrox, who we did not see make a big statement there in game number 4. Huge congratulations from Brezzo. Meanwhile, Looter's in third, Symmetrical in fourth, and Ghost Trap. So 3/5, sorry, make that 3/5 of the top 5, Australia and New Zealand.
And for me, my big thing after match number 3 was between 2 and 3, the scores didn't really change that much. We just sort of evened the field. Heading into match number 4 now, and we haven't really changed that much in terms of no one's sitting out there on 50 points, right? Really, it's just starting to condense, and everyone there in the top 20 is actually very, very close.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out there, Benji Fishy just came out of nowhere and now is top 11. So I don't want to make any bold statements just yet. Benji had a lot of hype coming into this, and I know it's not the nerves by any means. I've never seen Benji more confident, but he's slowly but surely inching his way back into this. 11th place right now. I think we'll see Benji Fishy continue that spree and that trajectory.
Yeah, and the same thing happened yesterday, Fallout. If you think about it, was the 4th and final match that Benji Fishy and his team won. So perhaps it's the later end of the day. It could be a time zone. It could be a warm-up thing. Whatever it may be, he seemed to slowly get into gear.
Yeah, you're spot on. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves, Elevate, and Cease in 14th and 18th place. The duo from 100 Thieves is holding it down. I know Nade Shot's watching at home and hopefully very excited for a potential championship here. They got a lot of work to do to make that happen.
Yeah, a pretty good day for them so far. We'll see how they keep on going. We take a look at the rest of the top 40. Jalmox in there as well, coming in with 12 points. A ton of players sitting between 14 points and 9 points. Obviously only 5 the difference, but it just goes to show, right, when we progress through towards the end of the day, 1 or 2 points can mean the difference between thousands of dollars between the two. Jordan's out there in 51st place. We said before he got eliminated in that last game as well. Muse Elks dropped down to 59, but I've still got faith in my man. I was supporting him all along. No doubts there from me at all.
He literally just looked over his shoulder and winked at me. I'm not even kidding. I can't make this up. Muse Elk is currently ahead of the likes of Jalen, Jinx, Drakens, Cloud9 professional player. He's holding it down right now in 59th. I know his goal was top 85. If he can continue, at least get 1 or 2 elims, I think he's in a good spot. Meanwhile, Lackey, his counterpart of Click in 90th place.
Yeah, look, there's a few players right now sitting on